Today, the man who murdered Natalie has been held accountable for this calculated and brutal crime, a crime for which he has shown absolutely no remorse. He tried to create a false alibi by faking a social media live stream. He tried to point the finger of blame at an innocent person. He tried to portray himself as a grieving partner. I now want to turn my focus to Natalie's family. The respect and dignity they have shown is truly remarkable. I want to thank them for trusting us to get justice for Natalie.
Stephen McCullagh has appeared before court today for the murder of Natalie McNally. The 36-year-old has been given a life sentence in March after a jury unanimously found him guilty of Natalie's murder. Today, he was told he will serve a minimum of 31 years in prison. Here, he carried out a sustained and shockingly violent attack which took Natalie's life and that of her unborn son. Having returned to his Lisburn home, McCullagh revisited the address some 24 hours later, whereupon, pretending to have just discovered that tragic scene, he phoned the ambulance service. Here, and for the weeks that followed, he masqueraded as a distraught and caring partner. This was an attack that sent shockwaves right across the community. Not only was it distressingly brutal in nature, it was meticulously and coldly premeditated. McCullagh had devised an alibi, seemingly live streaming for 6 hours on a social media platform at the time of Natalie's murder. In reality, he had walked some distance from his home, taken a bus to Lurgan, all the while concealing his appearance in order to carry out his brutal attack. Thanks to the efforts and expertise of our cybercrime officers, irrefutable evidence was obtained to show that this footage had in fact been pre-recorded several days earlier.
As my sons have already said on the day of the verdict, over the past 3.5 years, our family has went through unimaginable pain and grief from the loss of our beautiful daughter, Natalie. We would like to thank everyone who has helped us to get here today, all our family and friends, the whole community of Lurgan, and Craigavon and throughout this country and beyond, for all the kindness and the support we have received. We would also like to thank the PSNI and the Prosecution Service for getting us to this conclusion here today. Today we do not celebrate the sentence handed down, as Bernard, my 3 boys and myself are serving a life sentence since the murder of our beloved Natalie. But hopefully it will serve to deter and to help stop violence against women and girls in this country. With respect, we are now asking for some privacy to continue to grieve. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this was a very unusual case in a number of respects, but really at the heart of it was the brutal murder of a very young woman who was pregnant. And, you know, that is unusual in society. I know there's a lot of talk about domestic violence, but we're not so immune that a murder doesn't still shock and horrify everybody. So we're dealing with a domestic murder. Then you've got these really unusual features. So the level of planning, the premeditation here was off the scale. Absolutely calculated murder, planned at least for several days in advance, probably longer. You've then got the framing of an innocent person and saying that they committed the murder. And so it had these unusual features, and probably the one that's gathered most attention is the fact that McCullagh used a YouTube recording as his alibi in the case, a 6-hour video that he claimed he'd been making at the time that this murder was carried out. And he maintained that lie for several weeks through a lot of police interviews until finally police experts were able to discern that this was not a live video. He had pre-recorded it and played it out on that Sunday, the 18th of December. And once police had cracked that, even McCullagh had to accept then that it was not a live recording, although he still maintained that he had not committed the murder and that in fact it had been Natalie's ex-partner. So a very unusual case and unprecedented in those respects, but sadly a domestic murder, we do see too many of those in Northern Ireland. I have been a lawyer for 27 years. I've never seen a case like this in terms of a domestic murder with such a level of premeditation, planning, thinking of every possible aspect, the wearing of a disguise, the forensic awareness, the framing of the ex-partner, and the most insidious aspect, which was the ingratiating himself with the bereaved family and spying on them, you know, recording their private conversation. Really shocking aspects to this case.
Stephen, you're under arrest for murder. You do not have to say anything, but I must caution you that if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court, it may harm your defence. If you do say anything, it may be given in evidence.
Murder? Why?
Stephen, this stage is on suspicion, okay? This stage will rule out everything else. I'm sure you appreciate this. Next step is you will stay in the meantime, okay? Until we get an account from you as to what's happening, okay?
Okay.
Good man, okay. Wait, just jump out of the car for a minute. I'm just going to give you a quick search to make sure you do okay? I'm going to be seizing your phone. My colleague's going to be seizing your phone there, okay? So if you run that to the company, just
It's big and these.
yeah, you anything sharp on your tongue? No, I don't. Have you anything that might hurt me or you when they search you? Have you anything that you've not printed? Stephen, do you mind just turning around for me? Just there's nothing for me to come behind you there. You go back on the side. Yes, good man. Jumping part from the place then, sure. That's mine, skills.
So, Stephen, this is the suspect, the same person who left Silverwood, we believe, and who has walked back through Lurgan, now past the police station. Is that you?
No comment.
If you note as well, there's a change in outfit, I suppose. And if you could see there the light grey tracksuit bottoms, did you notice those?
No comment.
So, DL18 then is a suspect in Market Street, Lurgan. He walks across Carnegie Street and approaches a parked taxi. Police exhibit DL18. Footage from Carnegie Street, Lurgan. Real time 22:45 hours. So 11:15 still. The person in the footage that we've been watching approaches the taxi.
Do you know that area of Lurgan, Stephen?
No comment.
Person in the middle of the screen. The far side of the road. You shot any taxi drivers on Sunday the 18th?
No comment.
Did you get into the front seat, front passenger seat, by taxis on Sunday the 18th still?
No comment.
Is that you getting into that taxi still?
No comment.
So, from 4 o'clock on Sunday the 18th of December, Stephen, I see you're studying the video there, I'll give you a minute. Okay. So from 4 p.m. on on the 18th of December, you were telling the world that you were going to be live streaming in 2 hours' time, from 6 o'clock till midnight. You had sent out a Twitter post and an Instagram post saying that you would be live streaming the Violent Night Christmas live gaming stream. Streamy goodness. You gave the appearance of being at home playing Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, on your device. Now your device has been examined. It was seized and it was examined. And there is nothing to suggest that you were on that device between 6 o'clock and midnight on the 18th of December. There was no activity on your device between 6 and 12.
That you were using for that stream show no user initiated action. There was nobody there. The first time there is somebody there is when your phone's checked. That's when you're back. That's when you get back, Steve.
Hello to all on this glorious Sunday evening. So I just thought, why not? I'm gonna do a live stream because this day next week is Christmas. So what more could you want for Christmas other than an evening with your old pal Stephen? I genuinely do not know how long this stream is going to last for, and I've decided I'm gonna play around with it and do something a little bit different. I wanted to do a live stream, and I've been wanting to do one for quite some time now. Only trouble is, there's a couple of elements, shall we say, that have been preventing me from doing anything. Mostly it has been work, and it has been stuff in my private life. It's also been the fact that this computer is on its last legs, the fact that I've had so many YouTube videos to work through,